My grandmother used to have a saying, they should have left well enough alone. And after a while of hearing her say this, and she would say this, it wasn't a lot. She would say it was kind of rare. And when she would say it, I knew it wasn't good. I knew it wasn't good at all, as a matter of fact, when she would say it. And as I got older, I realized what she was talking about. Even though I was a child, I didn't understand, but I knew it wasn't good. And that's the way how it is with a lot of people. They don't know when to stop. They don't know when to quit. They just keep going and going and going and going. And she would say something like they should have quit while they was ahead. I didn't know what they meant either. But as I got older, I realized is that a lot of times people don't know when to quit. They will get, it's not the fact that they're ahead. It's like they keep taking and taking and taking and taking until actually it consumes them because they don't stop there. They want everything that you have until you have nothing. So it's not the fact that they're ahead, it's that they don't want you to have anything. So they keep on and keep on and keep on and keep on, and they don't know when to stop. So that's why it consumes them and it literally destroys them. So that's why she said that. To me, everything that she said was a riddle, and it was a way for you to figure it out. So as I got older, I began to understand a lot of things that she was saying. 10/22 of last year, I received a word that was saying that people were trying to arrest people in the spirit. I got the same word today, except for this was people dealing with within the church. This time, this is not people in the church. This is dealing with people who have been set free from the enemy. The enemy is actually trying to recapture them like a slave. So this is actually a year later, a year and a month later. The opposite. The kingdom of darkness is trying to recapture people who have been set free from the enemy. Like my grandmother said, people don't know when to leave well enough alone. They don't know when to quit. They don't know when to stop. When you are healed and when God heals you from things, a lot of times just because other people are not healed and set free and delivered, they don't want you to be either. They don't want you to be set free. They don't want you to be delivered. And a lot of times people don't want you to be out there preaching God's words, teaching his word, helping people, delivering them and all this kind of stuff. People are on assignment, where people realize it or not. People are on assignment, whether they realize it or not. They are. And to become a stumbling block in somebody's life who is actually on assignment from God's kingdom, that is a dangerous thing to do and to be. I'm telling you, that is dangerous. That is dangerous. That is dangerous. They don't understand what they have done. Whom the Son sets free is free indeed. And you are trying to bend people's will to turn back. This is not something that people willingly want to do. You are trying to force yourself into recapturing people spiritually. That's what you're trying to do. These people know exactly what I'm talking about. And there are some people who are spiritually don't even know what I'm talking about. And there are people out there who know exactly, especially with God, they know what I'm talking about on a spiritual level. But these people who are out there doing this, who from the kingdom of darkness, TikTok, this right here, you can't hear it. Because a lot of things that you have been doing, whether you realize it or not, and I'm going to tell you this, everything has a time. And not only that, what you have been doing, and you have been waiting to ensnare people, to entrap them. While you've been doing that, you have been watched. You've been waiting to ensnare people who are of God as well. But people have been watching you. Even by me saying this, I mean, it's already done. There's nothing you can do because they've been watching you this whole time. Because you've been sitting back laughing, plotting, planning, and doing all these type of things, trying to get rid of the person. But you have no clue what and whom has been watching you this whole entire time. Something a lot bigger and worse than you. God has given people time and time and time again to stop doing what they have been doing, to repent, to change. But a lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to quit. They love what they're doing. They love to go after people, to torture them, to exert their control, to manipulate, to actually manipulate even their lives, not only on their physical level, but a spiritual level as well. And they think it's funny. Now, a lot of people are unaware that people actually do this. Yes, people do manipulate people's lives and try to use them as a puppet to control their life. And people that come in and out, and do things in people's life to control whether it be their finances, their jobs, people around them, all this type of thing. And it goes deep because they think it's funny. But everything is done for a reason, I will tell you that. I will tell you that. Everything is done for a reason. And there are things that are allowed for a reason. But a lot of times it's not because of what you think. A lot of times it's to test you and your character and to see if you are actually going to do the right thing. But I'm going to tell you this. You actually choose wrong. And that's the sad thing about it. Because you're given a choice just like anybody else to walk away and not do what you're told to do, or not do what you want to do. Not do something evil to somebody just because you feel the need that you can do whatever you want to and toy with people's lives because you feel like it's the right thing to do, or you just can do it because you can. Just because you can don't mean you should. Just because you have been given some type of power and authority does not mean that you have the right to hurt people and pull that type of power trip over people. With power comes great responsibility. And that's something a lot of people don't understand. You are held accountable for what you do. Whether you're with God or whether you're with the enemy, it does not matter. We're all held accountable for what we do. And some people just like doing what they do. Some people just love tormenting people. Some people love hurting people. Some people love harming people and causing chaos until it's them, until the tables are turned on them. Show me where in history where a person has committed atrocities towards a person, where the tables were not turned on them and they actually lived and died a peaceful life. Show me where it turned out great for them. Where? And this is something people don't understand. Where? Majority of them died a horrible life, okay? They are dead. They died a horrible death. Horrible. And a lot of times it'd be by the ones closest to them too. The betrayal comes within their own house, their own people, someone they know. They was too worried about what's out there instead of worried about what was right there next to them. And they can go for kings, queens, whoever. Dictators. Why you think a lot of them don't trust people? Because they know their time is going to come from an end. And most likely it's going to come from somebody very, very close. They know this. If you've been around somebody evil, they know their time. It's just a lot of times they don't want to believe it, but they know. That's why they betray you. because they have this mentality. I'm going to betray you before you betray me. Because they know at some point they got to pay. And it's going to be bad. So they already get it out like they're going to betray you before you betray them. But the point is, like when you tell people like this, everybody don't betray people. It's just in your nature to do that. And that's your excuse. But you may end up messing with a good person and missing out on a good person because of who you are, your mentality. And you end up missing out. We all got to pay for what we have done and what we do. The choices we make in life comes with consequences and the repercussions for our actions. Whether you believe it or not, it does not matter what you believe. It just is. No matter how small or big it is, there are repercussions for your actions. It's just the way it is. And a lot of people go through life not wanting to have to pay for what they have done and want to make excuses for what they do, and especially to others. No more. Because nobody should have to deal with what you have done and what you do. Only you deal with what you do. And it's time that you realize that. You pay for your own. What you do, you pay for, and no one else.